Jordan Peterson's evolution over the last 10 years. How did he become one of the most talked about men of the decade? He didn't just appear out of nowhere. He debated religion, challenged politics, he broke down psychology, he gave self-improvement advice that changed millions of lives.
What I've recommended to people is clean up your room.
But there is a real question. What actually made him famous? What is he truly strong at, and where does he fall short? This is just my opinion, so if you agree or completely disagree, go to the comment and tell me why. Let's talk about it.
I'm not hearing what you think. I'm hearing how you're able to represent the ideology you were taught. And it's not that interesting because I don't know anything about you. I could replace you with someone else who thinks the same way. And that means you're not here.
When he debated that woman, he was calm and composed, and he clearly knew what he was talking about. He had his facts, and one of his strengths was that presented them in strong but calm way.
In what sense is our society male dominated?
The fact that the vast majority of wealth is owned by men.
A very tiny proportion of men, and a huge proportion of people who are seriously disaffected are men. Most people in prison are men. Most victims of violent crime are men. Most people who commit suicide are men. Where's the dominance here precisely? What you're doing is you're taking a tiny substrata of hyper-successful men and using that to represent the entire structure of Western society. There's nothing about that that's vaguely appropriate.
Look how calm and grounded he was. He didn't need any extra justification.
Do you think collective responsibility overrides individual responsibility in a huge issue like that?
No.
Okay.
And here was the most famous moment, when Jordan Peterson talked about that freedom of speech issue. But it didn't stay just freedom of speech argument. It became something bigger, more intellectual and more psychological. It turned into a deeper discussion about ideas, identity and belief systems, not just freedom of speech.
Why should your right to freedom of speech trump a trans person's right not to be offended?
Because in order to be able to think, you have to risk being offensive. I mean, look at the conversation we're having right now. You're certainly willing to risk offending me in the pursuit of truth. Why should you have the right to do that? It's been rather uncomfortable.
So you haven't sat there and... I'm just trying to work that out. I mean...
Ha, gotcha.
But there is also a second version of Jordan Peterson, one who seems to try too hard and comes across a bit weird, even when he's saying something correct. Here Sam Harris is calm and measured, and he uses clear phrases to challenge Jordan's point. It's not really about who won or lost the debate, it's more about how they behave and how they express their ideas.
The idea that protons are real is really fundamental because no matter what span of time and space that you pick, you're going to encounter protons. It works everywhere. And then with moral intuitions, let's say, or moral a prioris, you have the same issue, is some of them are so delimited that they only work here and now. That's one of the deepest, most context-independent moral intuitions.
To call that thing God is fine. That's a God I have no problem with. But that's not how most people most of the time are using the word. And there's something misleading about that.
Look how Sam Harris is calm and grounded he was.
I've never made the claim what I'm talking about is like what other people are talking about.
The fact that it takes you 20 minutes to admit, someone once asked you whether you thought Jesus was literally resurrected, and you said it would take me 40 hours to answer that question.
I said it would take me 40 hours to answer the question. I didn't say that he was.
Well, how's this for an answer? Almost certainly not. What's wrong with that answer?
You want...
Now, he doesn't seem grounded and calm, like someone who knows the facts and doesn't need extra words to make his point. When someone tries to insult him, he calmly and patiently redirects the question and neutralizes the situation.
Maybe that's really just about having proper equality in a body that's meant to be representative.
Well, I do believe that women should have... I don't understand your question, I guess.
Well, I guess you don't. That's pretty obvious, unfortunately.
Well, how about if you phrase it more clearly, instead of just insulting me?
When he talked about sociology, psychology or self-improvement, he was a very strong speaker. It's not about whatever you or I agree with him. The fact is, he spoke, the millions of people listened.
99.9% of bricklayers are men. Should we have quotas for women?
Is bricklaying representative democracy?
That has nothing to do with the question. The question is if there's evidence of structural inequality and oppression, then why don't we have a conversation about having women represented in all professions at all levels? Why do we talk about the C-suite, for example? Why do we talk about politics and positions of power?
Look how calm and grounded he was. He didn't need any extra justification. But when the topic shifts to religion, everything falls apart. Then the second Jordan Peterson appears, the one who talks too much because what he's saying needs lots of explanation to sound true and correct. He's no longer calm and grounded, and he doesn't come across as smart anymore. Everything changed immediately when the topic changes.
If I went back in time with a Panasonic video camera and put that camera in front of the tomb of Joseph of Arimathea, would the little LCD screen show a man walk out of that tomb?
I would suspect yes.
So that to me seems like a belief in the historical event of the resurrection, or at least of Jesus leaving the tomb.
I have no idea what that means, and neither did the people who saw it.
The same things happen here. Richard Dawkins asks a very simple question, but Peterson tries so hard and he makes it complicated, even though question isn't hard at all.
The virgin birth results from a mistranslation of Isaiah, you know that.
These sorts of questions, what would you say? They don't strike me as, they're not getting to the point. A description of the structure through which we see the world is a story. That's a remarkable thing. That's a remarkable discovery, and it's emerged probably in the last 60 years in multiple disciplines. And I don't know exactly how to construe that sort of truth. But we talked about the oppression of women, for example. It's like, how do you make a case on purely factual grounds that women should be treated as equals?
This is exactly what I mean when I say there are two Jordan Petersons. No one grounded, one calm, grounded and strong. The other over-explaining, struggling when the topic gets tricky.
It's a moral question, and
I know that's exactly.
I was dealing with a factual question, which is, did Jesus have a father? And you won't answer it.
I said, first of all, that I don't know how to mediate the fact-value dichotomy in that case. I said the same thing about the resurrection.
It's not a value. It's a simple fact. I mean, did a man have intercourse with Mary and produce Jesus? That's a factual question.
And the last one. I think most of you know these clips. I know some misunderstanding happened there, but still, it demonstrates exactly what I'm talking about. This is the point of the video.
How do they regard Mary?
Why are you asking me that?
Because you're a Christian.
You say that. I haven't claimed that.
Oh, what is this? Is this Christians versus atheists?
I don't know.
You don't know where you are right now.
Don't be a smartass.
When Jordan Peterson talks about self-improvement and growing life,
what I've recommended to people is clean up your room.
He's really good. He helps a lot of people, and that's a good thing. And that's normal. He's just one man, not whole army, and he's not supposed to know every field. That's my opinion.
Either you're a Christian or you're not. Which one is it?
I could be either of them, but I don't have to tell you.
You don't have to tell me. I was under the impression I was invited to talk to a Christian. Am I not talking to a Christian? I think everyone should look at the title of the YouTube channel. You're probably in the wrong YouTube video.
You're really quite something, you are.
Aren't I? But you're really quite nothing. Right? You're not a Christian.
Okay, I'm done with him.
When he helps people in real life, I mean actually changing lives. That's great, but when he talks about topics he doesn't know well or defends them in a way that doesn't work, it's not strong as when he speaks about his real expertise. I think this is why some people view him with skepticism. Comments what you think. It will help me to understand more and like video. Thank you.